Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out 10 things that only exist in the UK.
This is where it all began. Greg's first shop opened in Gosforth in Newcastle 68 years ago.
Welcome to Watch MojoUK, and today we'll be looking at 10
What is
things
that thing?
only exist in the UK.
What the hell is that?
Before
Hang
we begin,
on.
we publish new...
Oh god, I've never seen that thing. That is really creepy and hilarious. Was it on a morning talk show? What was that thing? I mean, I guess I gotta watch to find out.
For this list, we're looking at products, shops, and more that you can only find in the United Kingdom.
Alright.
Let us know which is your favourite in the comments below.
I'm gonna look all this stuff up and see if it really is only in the UK. I'm gonna hold them to it. And if I find anything that exists outside of the UK, I'm gonna write these people a very stern handwritten letter with proper grammar. And at the bottom, I'm gonna say sincerely.
Party 7. You'll have to be a certain age to remember Party 7, since, in its original form, it disappeared back in the 1980s.
Tennis says
Yeah, I've never heard of Party 7. Okay, I'm gonna say yes, it is only available in the UK. Alright, they got that one. They're not getting a stern letter from me yet.
This was a tin of beer that was the equivalent of 7 pints in one big can, which would have cost about a tenner in today's money, though it originally cost 15 shillings.
Oh, hang on. I thought they were saying that this is a TV show called Party 7, but it's an amount of booze? Oh, it was also a TV show or a film. Okay, Watney's Party 7. And they're bringing it back. Was this article written 2021? They brought it back? That's a lot of beer. That's a big can of beer, too. Once it's open, it's open. You gotta drink the whole thing, I guess, right? Mini keg. Oh, okay, okay. Hey, that's good marketing. Little nostalgia? Smart. I hope they sell a bunch of beer and make billions.
Then, in the 2020s, Party 7 had a brief renaissance, when the beer returned in a keg format in 2021.
I could have just waited for 30 seconds before I looked it all up and it would have told me. But that's not as fun.
Little Chef. It was a sad
Little
time in
Chef.
2018 when the final Little Chefs closed their doors.
Well, I'd like eggs and bacon. I'd like toasted jam.
Once upon a time, every long car journey could
The sound of that person's voice just made me want to go into a rage.
Well, I'd like eggs and bacon. I'd like toasted jam.
Once upon a time, every long car journey could be livened up by a trip to a Little Chef, which lined motorways up and down the country.
That's what the little chef serves me. Little chef's lots more fun.
You could go in there and get classic food like a full English breakfast for a steal. A boon not only to families giving their kids a chance to stretch their legs, but lorry drivers needing a pick-me-up after hours on the
Lorry
road.
drivers.
It struggled for years following its decline in the 2000s and eventually shut all its branches. But for decades,
Aw.
it was a British cultural icon.
Little Chef. I wonder why it went under. Oh, huh. McDonald's and Burger King. Yeah, when you're on a road trip, the drive-thru is pretty convenient. And these simpler menus were probably easier for parents, like big families, and yeah. And all that money came back to America.
USA, USA.
It struggled for years following its decline in the 2000s and eventually shut all its branches. But for decades, it was a British cultural icon.
Little Chef goes a long way.
The House of Lords.
The most headline-grabbing recommendation,
Oh,
abolishing
well,
this
yeah.
place, the House of Lords, in favour of an elected chamber.
I'm not even going to look that up. I'm pretty sure that the House of Lords, it's only going to be in the UK. That's...
One of the most controversial things in British politics, the House of Lords as of 2023 is still there and still affecting our laws. That's despite many attempts to reform it, and lots of high-profile and powerful politicians even saying they want to abolish it completely.
I think there's a lot that needs to be done to change the House of Lords. What I'm not convinced about is that we need another elected chamber.
It's one of the most bizarre parts of life in the UK, that we still have this system of hereditary aristocratic titles that mean unelected people, often rich landowners, get to sit there in Parliament and tweak or even outright block laws devised in the House of Commons.
Really? That's the first time I've ever heard this in any of the videos I've been watching. I always assumed that the House of Lords was like the United States Senate and the House of Commons was like the United States Congress. But so the House of Lords is not elected? Its origins lie in the 11th century. Most members are appointed for life. Hereditary membership was abolished in 1999. Okay. That seems like a step forward. Oh, some of them are elected through internal elections. I didn't know that. I'm kind of shocked.
Very worried about is the size of the House of Lords and the appointments process for the House of Lords.
They've got no real public accountability, and are one of the strangest things about Britain to explain to foreigners. Cornish Pasties. Cornwall is a unique part of England, with its own distinct culture, flag, and even a native language.
If a Cornish pasty is not made in Cornish land, is it a Cornish pastry? Cornish pasty. Oh, pasty, not pastry. It reminds me of an empanada.
And it also boasts one of the most iconic British foodstuffs, the Cornish pasty. But the humble Cornish pasty is perhaps more important than you realise if you're not from Cornwall yourself, since it previously held protected status under EU law. This meant that only pasties meeting stringent requirements could truly call themselves Cornish. They've got to follow a strict recipe and be prepared in Cornwall.
So yeah, that means that you can only find those in the UK. It also reminds me of, there's this Thai bakery near my apartment, and I go there a lot, and they have these little curry puffs, and they're about this big, and inside is like potatoes and yellow Thai curry. It's so good. And then actually in my refrigerator, these are empanadas. I don't know if you can see them, but they're a Mexican food. It looks very similar, like a smaller one. Inside is like ground beef and spices and red bell pepper chunks and stuff. It's really good. This is a Mexican version. There's also a Thai version, and this is the English version. I mean, it makes sense. I'm sure there's a Roman version. It's like a very basic, really convenient food. Like, I keep them handy. No, I don't. I just got these happenstance.
This was all done to protect the pasty industry, which uses local produce and provides jobs to many in the county. Tabloids. Of course, most countries do have tabloids of their own.
Yep.
Tabloid culture in Britain is a law unto itself. Around the world, the UK is notorious for its relentless, unethical tabloids.
Okay, so basically, you can find tabloids outside the UK, but you cannot find UK tabloids outside the UK, is what he's saying. So yeah, I have heard that they're especially bad. Why is it so particularly harsh? It seems like it would be an American thing with the paparazzi and all the celebrity obsession. What causes it to be so much worse, I wonder, in the UK? Let's just look at the Sun website. I'm not going to show what they showed, just because it actually wasn't celebrity stuff, it was war stuff, and it's kind of depressing.
Colin the Caterpillar.
It's quickly becoming the food fight of the century because the iconic birthday staple, Colin the Caterpillar, is going to war with lookalike Cuthbert.
No child's birthday party is complete without a visit from Colin the Caterpillar.
That seems familiar.
Caterpillar cakes are sold by every major supermarket.
Can I get one of those in the United States? They ship to the US. Oh, looks like I can order one. I don't know, but I am ordering it from the UK, so I guess maybe that doesn't count. What's the cake like inside? Is it chocolate?
You know, it's a bit unfair because you've got similar caterpillars. I think there's a Clyde in Asda, and there's a Wiggle in Sainsbury's, and an Eric.
That suit was settled.
Eric.
Caterpillar cakes continue to be sold by all supermarkets, often as a cost-effective way to get a large amount of chocolate cake for your kids. Greggs. If you miss Little Chef, Greggs is one of the retailers that expanded to fill the vacuum it left behind.
Is there a Greggs outside the UK? I've never seen one. Oh, they tried to expand into Belgium, but they didn't. Or they don't anymore. They might next year, though. Okay, this one passes the test.
Not only with its cheap, tasty pastries and sandwiches, Greggs has invaded high streets around the country from its headquarters in Newcastle, which has over 30 branches alone.
From its roots in the northeast, Greggs expanded steadily.
In total, there are over 2,200 branches of Greggs, about 1,000 more branches than McDonald's, but it still only exists in the UK. It didn't even have any shops in Northern Ireland until 2016.
So just more shops in Britain than McDonald's has in Britain. Not all of McDonald's, I guess is what he's saying.
Today, Greggs has more shops in Britain than either McDonald's or Starbucks, and says it may launch abroad in the years to come.
Tizer.
Tizer! It's a red thing!
Though its presence on supermarket shelves has waxed and waned.
Yeah, I've never heard of Tizer. Can I get it? Tizer. Can I buy Tizer? $2.25 a can. That better be good. What does it taste like? Looks like I can get it, but it'll be $4.20 a can. $4.20. And I think I'm ordering it from the UK, so this would pass the test.
We're not changing colour! Tizer! It's a red thing!
Bright red and with a top secret recipe, who knows what they really put in Tizer? Which adds to the...
I was going to ask, because I think that red dye is outlawed in the UK, isn't it? I know we have it here in the United States, but UK has stricter laws about poison. These commercials look very 1990s.
Henry Hoover. What British home is complete without a humble Henry to keep everything shipshape?
Never seen
Meet
that.
Henry from Pneumatic International.
Henry and his numerous siblings like James and Hetty is certainly the most iconic vacuum cleaner in the UK.
That's an adorable vacuum cleaner. $400. Can I get one? Adorable. Let's buy one. This one. A blue one. Give me the blue one. Green is not a creative color. Can I get it shipped? I cannot get it shipped to my address, so yes, this passes the test. Yo, this is my Henry. It's a robot. It vacuums and mops. It's awesome. Affiliate link below. Just kidding.
Mr. Blobby.
Mr. Blobby.
Maybe the most bizarre thing to come out of British light entertainment. Not saying something. Mr. Blobby has been a household name ever since his debut in the late 90s. But his longevity defies all logic and reason. An absurd character who caused chaos on Noel's house party, Mr. Blobby now routinely reappears on TV and even on the stage.
Because Mr. Blobby will be going on holiday soon, he needs to get a photograph for his passport. Even Blobby needs identification.
Every time he does, he wreaks havoc, ruining segments, breaking items, throwing tantrums, and scaring children half to death.
Oh, you smashed it!
Why do they keep bringing him back when his only role is to smash things and screech like a banshee? Your guess is as good as ours.
Do you agree with our
Pretty
picks?
weird. What's Mr. Blobby up to these days? Is he still active? Is he married? Wonderful. Is it always the same person in the suit? A metaphor for a nation gone soft in the head. Others have seen him as proof of Britain's deep-seated attraction to trash. Dang. Blobby reduced a young girl to tears after throwing her birthday cake onto the floor during a show. Blobby. Dang. That is funny. I like Blobby. He's a troublemaker. A widely despised irritant. Oh, he has a musical career. It's a toy? A video game? Theme parks? Oh, okay. The original was Barry Killerby, a classically trained Shakespearean actor from Bradford, West Yorkshire, doing his best work as Mr. Blobby. Yes, my finest work was as Mr. Blobby. People think it's easy bouncing around saying Blobby, but they should try it. It was exhausting and demanding. Paul Denson now does it. He has a YouTube channel. Are you serious? Look at that filmography. He has a YouTube channel. I get it. I could also see how that would get old really quick. But I dig it. It's kind of a wonderful juxtaposition to people who take themselves too seriously.
Mr. Blobby! Oh.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10.
Wonderful. I got another video to watch. Mr. Blobby. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out top 10 times Mr. Blobby infiltrated other shows. Okay, I'm already sick of him. I'm canceling this video. I'm sick of Mr. Blobby already. What do y'all think of Mr. Blobby? Is he annoying? I have to confirm, yeah, those are 10 things that only exist in the UK. They are. Yeah, great video. Thank y'all for recommending. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.